This time last year, the Oakland A's were revving up to embellish a dynasty in the making. This spring, they're trying to get the number of the Big Red Express that flattened them last October. As Peter Gammons reports, it's a measure of the A's talent that 3 straight pennants have left them unfulfilled.
Dream about busting nobody. You know what I mean?
Again. All right. Hey, you've got to suffer for art.
The images of the Oakland A's are Rickey Henderson, MVP. Dave Stewart, the first pitcher since Jim Palmer to win 24 years in a row. Jose Canseco, the most powerful all-around player in baseball. And Dennis Eckersley, 48 saves, 0.61 ERA. But the image that's carried over the winter is the red sweep. The A's are like the 1969, 70, 71 Orioles. They've been the best team in baseball for the last 3 years, but have only one world championship to show for it.
Still, the A's are so good that people have to come up with reasons why they won't be back in the World Series. Such as, number one, what about Canseco's back?
My back right now is probably better than it's been the last 4 or 5 years, to tell you the truth. It's very healthy. I went through an extensive therapy treatment during the off-season, strengthening the smaller muscles in the upper and lower back that most people don't really use.
With the familiarity with winning, Jose's paparazzi and the big contracts finally cracked their focus, especially without de facto captain Carney Lansford. Finally, with the addition of Eric Schau, Oakland's 8 most experienced pitchers are between 30 and 36. Could age finally catch up with them?
Physically, I'm not concerned about Dave Stewart or Bobby Welch or Dennis Eckersley or Rick Honeycutt. What I see is guys that I feel like are going to be able to compete in 1991, and that's where my concerns are.
Pitching, after all, has been Oakland's cornerstone. Last year, their starters won 89 games, 49 by Cy Young Award winner Bob Welch and Dave Stewart. Duncan says it's going better this spring than ever. The questions are, can Schau replace Scott Sanderson? Is Reggie Harris really a budding star? And finally, can Mike Moore bounce back from a passive season in which his strikeouts went from 172 all the way to 73? The exclamation mark on this staff is the Eck. Dominant. He's had as many saves as base runners the last 2 years. Control. He went 3-0 on only 2 hitters all last season. And tough. He did not allow a run on the road, which is how the A's went 52 and 29 away from Oakland. The bullpen is deep, it's handled brilliantly, and was 64 for 71 in save opportunities. The A's offense is like the great Cincinnati and Oakland clubs of the 70s. Reggie Jackson reminds us, speed, power, and guile. Larissa believes they can produce more consistently, although they led the division last year in runs, stolen bases, and homers. This year is Harold Baines, Ernest Riles, and Willie Wilson for left-handed balance to their right-handed power. Much is made of Oakland's defensive preparation, but this is a team with 5 or 6 potential Gold Glovers.
Rarely do people want to talk about our defense, and if you pushed and shoved me, I would have to admit that the most consistent part of our club is our defense.
If the focus stays clear and the pitching stays young, the A's are once again so good that they know their realistic goal is to be back in the World Series.
I count on it. I mean, I get most of my hits in the World Series, so I need that part of the year so people think I'm good.
This is Peter Gammons, ESPN.